What's the best luck you've ever had in your life? 1. My car broke down on a 2-lane highway in the middle of the Appalachians, 20 miles from the closest city and with no cell reception. The first vehicle around the bend was my grandfather, who lived 3 hours away. He had randomly decided to go on a weekend trip to the mountains. From breakdown to being picked up was less than 5 minutes. 2. I applied for a job that was way out of my league, with pay more than twice what I was making at the time. It included a pension, full benefits, and all that good stuff. I showed up quite early for the interview and had some time to kill, so I sat in the lobby reading industry magazines. One article was about the top 10 threats to this industry, and I made a point of reading and soaking in as much as I could. Eventually, I got called into the interview, and everything was going okay for the most part. This industry and role were both new to me, and I think it showed as a weak spot. Then I got asked, what do you see as potential issues within our industry/business? I was so excited I almost jumped out of my seat and went into great detail about everything I had just read. The interviewers were very impressed. Little did they know that if I had been asked that exact question 30 minutes earlier, I would have had nearly nothing to say. I got the job. 3. I bought an ice cream and won a free one. I redeemed the free one, which also contained another free one. 4. I was at a large outdoor concert when some dude walked up and said, "No way, it's you, man." He then handed me my driver's license that I didn't even know I had lost. 5. I worked at a retail store for luggage where it was base pay plus commission. The other 2 salespeople were lazy as hell. They made almost no sales, didn't interact with customers, and basically leaned against the counter sipping coffee and pretending to be friends with the manager. My first week there, I made more commission than they did in an average month. The manager, who was a total a-hole, started cutting my hours, saying I was making her look bad by making so many sales. She gave me all the crappy jobs like taking out the trash every day, because I was the only male and stronger, she said, cleaning the bathrooms twice a day, reassigning my sales to other people so it looked more even, and cutting into my earnings. I lasted 3 months before her fake friends convinced her to fire me, claiming I was stealing their sales. 3 months later, I was working with a company flipping houses. We got a call from a landlord about a house they wanted to sell because the tenants weren't paying rent, and being a landlord was more of a pain than they'd expected. When we got there, guess who the tenant was? Yeah, the a-hole manager who fired me. I straight up bought her house for cash and evicted her. 6. At a fancy charity ball, I bought 5 raffle tickets for $100 and put each ticket in a different bucket for various items. I won a Chanel purse worth $1,500. Then I also won a David Yurman diamond bracelet and ring worth $2,000. That same year, I got ticketed and towed for parking in my usual spot at work because, on November 1st, the parking rules changed for snow, which I didn't know. It cost me all afternoon and $400. That night, my friends and I went to play bingo with the old biddies at the church. I hit the jackpot bingo, which was worth exactly $400. 7. I found a $20 bill at the post office. Since I thought it was my lucky day, I bought a $10 scratch-off lotto ticket and won $150. 8. I got hit by a semi-truck while driving 75 miles per hour down the highway. The car rolled 6 or so times and landed right side up in the ditch. None of us, me, my fiancée, or my friend in the back seat, had so much as a scratch. The car was totaled though.